Hello everyone, and welcome to Gunnell's Movie Reviews. When film critics ponder the great questions of cinema, one of the most frequently asked questions is, what is the greatest film of all time? For many, the answer is Francis Ford Coppola's 1971 classic, The Godfather, or the subsequent sequel, The Godfather Part 2. Well, I'm here to tell you that this answer to the great question of cinema is simply false, because The Godfather is actually garbage. It has been many years since I have witnessed the depravity of this film. The mere thought of having to view it again may cause me to fall into tears. However, I do acknowledge that opinions can change, and my opinions in particular have certainly changed in the past.
So I went to the most Italian place I know to make for the most pleasurable viewing experience.
Now let's first start off with the good.
The only good thing I can think about this movie is that you could play this in the background while you're trying to sleep if you have insomnia, because then it could really help you to get to sleep really fast. But that's the only positive thing I can say about this movie.
Now, grab a snack, because this is the very long part of the review where I talk about what this film did poorly.
So what did this film do poorly exactly? Well, everything. It should be called The Nodfather instead of The Godfather, because it makes you want to nod off and fall asleep. It could also be called 3 Hours of Talking, the movie. This movie simply has no intriguing parts to it. The film could be summarized as some old Italian mafia guy and his kids slowly talking to each other, and just you hearing that was the same experience as I got watching all 3 hours. If this was an actual good movie, it would include scenes of ninjas fighting mafia bosses, but there were simply zero scenes with any ninjas. I mean, that's just ridiculous. And maybe this movie could have been redeemed if there was a scene of Vito Corleone eating what he thought was pistachio ice cream, but it was actually wasabi. Now that would have made this movie 1,000 times better. And don't even get me started on the cinematography. Each shot contains exactly 0 Batmans, except for this one. If you look closely, you can see 1 Batman in the corner of this shot. Now personally, I only like movies if at least 80% of the shots have Batman somewhere in the frame. But this film only had 1 shot with Batman. I actually fell asleep 73 minutes into the movie, so I actually didn't catch the rest. But I imagine the rest of the movie was exactly like the first part, so that's just all I can say about this movie.
So inserting this into my famous Gunnell's 1,000 point scale, I can safely say this gets a 23 out of 1,000. This is just unwatchable for me. I do not understand the appeal, nor do I understand the critical acclaim. So The Godfather is good if you're having a party and you want all the guests to leave. But other than that, I just see no purpose for its existence at all. So I'm just gonna throw it away.